Hello friends, welcome to the 60-second session of Hybris tutorial. In this session, we are going to learn how to index database columns in Hybris. So guys, this is a very important concept and we use this concept very frequently in our project. So this video is going to be very important for you. In this video guys, we are going to learn what is indexing in Hybris DB, what is the difference between an index and a database, what are the benefits of DB column indexing, how does DB indexing work, what is the internal functionality of DB indexing, what are the disadvantages of DB indexing, how many are the types of DB column indexes. Then guys, we are going to learn if an index has been created by us, where those indexes get created or get saved into the DB. How can I check or how can I verify that yes, my index has been created? That also we are going to learn in this video. And finally, in the end of the video, guys, we are going to learn how many indexes is too many in DB. So it is not the case that we can create n number of indexes or we can create infinite number of indexes. There is some limit depending on the situation, depending on the table, depending on the records which this table holds. So based on that, there is some limit that we are going to discuss in this video. So guys, once you watch this video, you will have a complete information regarding the Hybris DB column indexing. So guys, I have already uploaded the notes and code files related to this video on the Google Drive, and I have shared the link of this Google Drive on the comment section of this video. So you just have to click on the link which is given in the comment section of the video and you can download these advanced notes and the code files. These notes will have extra topics as well which we cannot cover in this video. So before starting anything, let's see how an index looks like, how indexes are created into the Hybris. So guys, if I go into the core item.xml file, this is a out of box file present in the platform extension. And if I go in this file, you can see guys, like this is the item type, right? This item type is a principal item type. And if you go down, you can see here we have created one index for the principal item type. For the principal item type, we have created one index. I will tell you in some time what is the use or what is the benefit of creating this index. But what basically is done over here, guys, you can see here we have one attribute UID, right? So if you see over here the UID attribute, if I go into the principal model, right, if I go into the principal model and if I just search for UID attribute, if I just search for this UID attribute, so you can see for this UID attribute, so this UID attribute, right, this is index as you can see over here. This is index for the principal item type. So in brief, what we do in the indexing, we choose one attribute, right? We choose one of the attribute and then we index that attribute, right? Index that attribute, something like this. So there are many ways of the indexing which I am going to tell you in some time, but this is the one sample example of indexing. You can see guys over here, if you see such like this, you can see these indexes are defined, right? These indexes are defined for the multiple item types. For this abstract user audit, you can see this is also again the indexes are defined. There are different ways of index definition which we are going to discuss in this video, but you can see the indexes are already defined by the Hybris as well out of box, right? In the core item.xml, we can see the indexes are defined. In the similar way, guys, we will also create our own custom item type and we will create our own custom indexes as well, so that this concept of indexes is clearly understood for you. So guys, I hope now you have a very brief overview of the indexes. you should have a very blur idea what are indexes and where exactly we define the Hybris DB indexes in our Hybris application. So we can write a very brief definition of the indexes. So what is indexing? So index is a DB object or database object, right, which are used for the performance tuning or for the faster retrieval of data from the DB. And guys, don't worry about these notes. These notes are already there, which I have uploaded on the Google Drive. So you can get all these complete definitions related to the indexes in these notes, and you just have to click on the link which is given in the comment section, and you can get these notes as well. So here I am writing indexes is a DB object which are used for the performance tuning or for the faster retrieval of the data from the DB, right? Indexing is a indexing is a indexing a database column brings up a very good performance while fetching the records from database, particularly when data is huge. So what it means, guys, so like we saw in our example, these indexes are created on multiple item types. For example, this index is created right on the item type abstract order, right? So in the similar way, guys, we saw that for the item type principle, right, the indexes was created for the UID, right, for the UID attribute, right? So you can see over here this index was created, right? So what is the benefit of doing this? So as we know, guys, this principal item type, we have one item type customer model, right? So this is the customer model, and we know that in any Hybris DB or in any Hybris application we will have millions of customers, right? So in the for and this customer model extends the user model, and if I go in the user model, you will see that this user model basically extends the principal model, right? And in the principal model, guys, we know that we have one attribute UID, right? We have one attribute UID. So this is the unique attribute for every customer. We have already discussed this concept in our video related to the user management. In case you have not watched that video, you can watch our video. The link of video is given in description box as well as on the top right corner in card section. But this UID is unique for any employee or for any customer. But in actual scenarios, in any Hybris application, we will have millions of customers. So if we have to search, if we have to make any query, like if I have to write select star from, right, select star from customer, okay, where UID is equal to hybristube at gmail.com. Okay, for example, in the customer table, we have one customer table. In this customer table, just suppose we have 1 million records, 1 million records. Okay, so out of these 1 million records, right, we have to, if we have to make this query select star from customer where UID is equal to hybristube at gmail.com, what the system will do, it will just scan all the complete table. It will scan firstly, like whichever the columns it will create, it will scan the data in the complete table. But if you index the UID, right? If you index the UID column like we have indexed over here, as you can see, we have indexed the UID over here. Then what it will do, system will create a separate schema or a separate structure for holding the values of UID. Then it will basically give you a faster result, because now it will be fetching the UID values. Now it will be fetching the UID values from the separate structure created by the system because of this indexing done over here. So I hope now you have a crystal clear idea of why the indexing basically makes the searching faster. So in brief, we can write not just in Hybris, not just in Hybris, but in any application, but in any application, it is good to have, it is good to have indexing on few frequently searching columns of a table. Like UID was the very frequent searching column of the customer item type or employee item type, right? That is why UID column was indexed, right? Searching columns of a table. So, guys, I hope this concept is clear to you till now. And what exactly happens? So, whenever you create an index on a column in a table, it basically creates another data structure which holds the column value and pointer to the record it relates to. That is why the searching becomes faster, right? So, using the indexing, basically, it speeds up the searching for a matching column within the records, right? And we already know that how we define the indexing. We define the indexing in our item.xml file. Maybe like out of box Hybris has defined the indexing on in multiple file. One file is core item.xml. If we have to, define the indexing for our own custom item type, we have to define that in our custom item.xml. For example, in my case, I have this training core item.xml. So if I have to give the indexing of a particular item type, I will be declaring that indexing in this file only. And guys, one important thing, this indexing, right, this DB column indexing is completely different from the Solar indexing. We have already discussed the Solar indexing as well in a separate video. If you have not watched the video, the link of the video is given in the description box as well as on the top right corner in the card section. But this is the DB column indexing, which is completely different from Solar indexing, right? And guys, there is one important concept. As you can see here in the principal item type, right? We have indexed this UID attribute, right? But if you see any other item type, for example, this is the item type, principal group item type, right? Here I have not indexed any, right? And index any attribute. So guys, just remember, in case you have not indexed any attribute, by default, then the PK or the primary key is a by default index. But if you have to add any other that matches your query, or you have to, index any other attribute, you have to declare that attribute indexing separately, something like that. Don't worry about these syntaxes that we are going to discuss in some time when we will create our own custom item type, and we will do the indexing of different types and different combinations. There we will be discussing all the concepts related to the indexing. But just remember, in case there is no declaration of the indexes separately, then the PK is the default indexed attribute for that particular item type, right? Then guys, we are going to learn how the DB indexing actually work. So how DB indexing actually work, right? So I have already told you in a very rough language how the DB indexing actually works. when you create the indexing, right, when you create the indexing for a particular attribute or a particular column of any DB table, how the system actually works internally. I have already told you that it creates a separate structure, right, for that particular column value. And when you make a query something like this, select star from customer where UID is this, and you have indexed the UID attribute, then what system does, instead of searching this UID value from the parent item type, from the parent customer item type, what it will do, it will just try to search this UID value, right, from the different or separate structure, right, which is created, right, because this UID attribute is index. It basically searches from the separate structure table, right, instead of searching from the base table, right. So that is the roughly I have told you what actually indexing does internally. So guys, we can write a secondary index is stored in a separate storage area, right, away from the base table data, and guys, I will show you in some time where is that separate storage, how you can check that whether my index is created in which table that index value is hold on. So we can see that as well. I will show you that as well in some time. So here we can write, when you create the index, when you create an index, the base table is traversed to fetch the columns to be indexed, which are inserted into a storage index structure, right? And that structure can be usually a B tree. So I hope you already know this concept, B tree, and save to persistent storage for persistent tables. So what it means, guys, so if I show you one important table, right, if I go to the HSC, and guys, I have already done the B2C setup, that is why I'm able to open the HSC, or I'm able to open the back office, or I am able to open the storefront. In case you have not done the B2C accelerator setup yet, you can watch my video. The link of video is given in description box as well as on the top right corner in card section, right. So you can do the setup, right, for running the B2C accelerator setup in your system as well. But for now it is up and running in my system. And if I make a query, guys, select star from information schema dot system index info. So this is the table, right, system index info, and this table will vary, right, depending on the DB. So here, as you already know that we are using, right, we are using the HSQL DB, right. That is why as you can see, if I go to the platform and if I go to the update, right, you will see that we are using here the HSQL DB. So depending on the DB, this table might vary, but the concept is similar in all the DB, whether you are using the Oracle DB or you are using HSQL or MySQL DB, the concept will be same, right. So if I go to the console flexible search and if I go to the SQL query and my fire this query, you can see, guys, here if I click on the execute button, you can see that there are different indexes which are stored over here, right. So you can see the indexes, almost 3224 indexes have been created by the system, and these all are the indexed attributes. For example, guys, like we see that this is the UID, right, this is the UID attribute which is indexed, right, for the principal item type, right. So you will see that yes, we will have one attribute UID, right? So you can see this is the UID, right, attribute which is indexed over here. So different of indexes are already present in this table. And what is this? This is the type code. Maybe one UID attribute is present in different tables, right? And in different tables the same UID is indexed. So how you can search which is yours? You can search using the type code, right? So this is the type code which is mentioned in the end of any index, right? So this is the table. Here you can see that this is the parent table name, right, on which this index is created, right? And then whether that index is a unique or non-unique, I will discuss this concept in some time. What is unique index and what is non-unique index. And then this is the index name, guys. So this is the same name which you have defined over here. Like for the principal item type, the index name is UID. So how it will look like? UID underscore type code, whatever the type code of this principal item type. Since principal item type is extending the generic item type, so whatever the type code of generic item type will be, so that type code, that value will be mentioned over here, right? So guys, I hope now it is clear to you where the index is, right, where the indexes actually get saved into the DB. So this is the table. You can see this is the table where the indexes get saved, right? So this complete information is there in the notes of this video. So you can just download the notes by clicking on the link which is given in the comment section, and you can get the complete information where I have deeply explained the indexing and the internal concepts of DB column indexing. Then, guys, after learning all these concepts, now we will learn how to create a custom index, right? So, for that, guys, what we will do, we will create the custom index, right? So, custom index in the training core item.xml, I will create one custom item type, right? So, firstly, what we will do, what is our strategy? So, indexing can be of multiple types. So, one type of indexing is single attribute indexing, single attribute indexing. So what we are doing over here, types of indexing. So types of indexing can be, one is single attribute indexing, right? Single attribute indexing. Second is multiple attribute indexing, right? So these can be the types of indexing. Okay, so what we will do, guys, firstly, I will create a very simple indexing. I will just create a very simple item type, and I will index one attribute, and then we will see whether that index attribute is created right in our table, in our DB or not. Then, guys, we will discuss the different combinations and different types of the indexing. So the firstly, we will create a very simple indexing. So for that, guys, what I will do, I will create one custom item type, and how that custom item type will look like. So that custom item type will look like something like this, Don't worry about this, guys. I have already, uploaded these, my training core item.xml file, right? So you can see I have already uploaded my training core item.xml file in the notes of this video. So you can just copy this complete training core item.xml in your system as well. But I have now created this custom item type Hybris tube index tester, right? And this is the deployment table I have mentioned. So it means this will be the table. This is the type code 12122. Just remember this type code. This will be very important. We will see once the index will get created, right? In this table, you will see that we will have one index which will be ending with the same type code which we have mentioned over here, 12122, right? So in this item type, what I have done, I have created multiple attributes. So one attribute is code. Okay, so this is the code. Second is version, right? Third one is the state. These all are the attributes or the columns present in this item type. Fourth is the user description, right? And then, guys, what I have done, I have indexed right? One I have created one index. So index is version underscore idx. So this is the name. You can give any name. You can give maybe version underscore hybris tube index. You can give any name, but this is the important thing. Here I have declared key attribute is equal to code, right? And this is the second. For now, just ignore this. Let's declare only one index. So this is a very simple example. So key attribute is equal to code I have declared. So what it means, so this is the code, right? So this is the qualifier. This same value is this, whatever the qualifier value is, that we declare over here. So it means I have indexed the code, right? Code attribute. So tomorrow, in case anyone fires the query, select star from, right? Select star from Hybris tube index tester where code is equal to xyz, right? Where code is equal to xyz. And if this table has millions of records, guys, just by indexing the code attribute, just by doing something like this, the performance or the searching performance will improve drastically. So that is the benefit of doing the indexing. So here I have declared one item type, and then I have indexed one of the attribute. And guys, in some time I will show you how we can declare the indexing in different combination, but this is a very simple example. So for that, what I will do, I will just bring my server, and I will show you that once this this item type or the corresponding table gets created into the DB, I will show you as well that a new index, also index with the name version underscore idx, that also get created into the DB. Okay, so for that I will just bring my server down, and then I will just build my project. So I have just bring my server down by pressing the control C. Now I am firing the command cls, right? And where I am currently in the platform directory. So you should also be in the platform directory. So in case you don't have the Hybris zip suite, you can just email me on amandeepinjavahybris@gmail.com. I will provide you the suite, Hybris version suite as well. So this is the platform folder, and here you can see I have opened the command line. How I have opened the command line? I have just typed the command cmd, and then I have pressed the enter, and then the this command line window is opened. Then I'm firing the command set ant environment dot bat to set the ant environment into the session, and then I am building my project. So I'm firing the command ant all, so that the corresponding model class Hybris tube index tester model class should also get generated. Although for our this activity, this in build is not important at all, because we are not using that model class anywhere in our code as of now, but still we are going to build our project. And once this build is finished, guys, then we will bring our server up. So let's wait for this build to get finished. So guys, now you can see the build has been completed. Now what I will do, I will bring my server up. So for that, I am firing the command hybris server.bat, right? So as soon as I fire this command, my server will start coming up. This will take around 10 minutes for my server to come up. So let's wait for the server to come up, and guys, just carefully see over here the port number. In case you have used any other custom port, you have to open your cockpits on that port only. But since here my server is coming up on the port number 9002, that is why I will use the port 9002 to open my cockpits like HSC or back office. So let's wait for the server to come up. Then guys, we will perform the system update. Why we will perform the system update? We will perform the system update so that the corresponding table, right, the corresponding table and the corresponding index should get created, right? So there will be a separate table with this name will get created. Similarly, a index will get created, and where that index will get created, this index will get created in this table system underscore index info, right? So I hope guys this is clear to you. And as you can see over here guys, as you can see currently we have the results 3224. Okay, so let's wait for my server to come up and then we will perform the system update. So guys, now you can see my server has come up. Now what I will do, I will go to the HAC, and guys, firstly what I will do, I will just make a blank SQL query search, right? For the same query, this query, right? I will open my HAC with the credential username is admin and the password is nimda. And then I will again make the query, same query, and we will see how many records we have currently. This should have the same records as of now. This should have the same record 3224, right? And this should not have the table which we have just created, right? So what I will do, I will just copy the query over here, okay? And I will make a search select star from, right, this new item type which we have created. And guys, you will see that still this table is not created into the database. That is why you can see it is giving us this red strip. Okay, this is giving us red strip. Now what I will do, I will perform the system update so that the corresponding table, right, the corresponding table should also get created. In the backend guys, what I will do, I will open my Tomcat and then you can see here we have the logs. So I will open these logs, right, these console logs. And what I will do guys, I will just delete these logs so that we will have a clear idea what exactly is going on in the backend. Right now I will perform the system update. So system update just by selecting the update running system. So you can see I have just selected update running system and now I'm clicking on the update, right? So as soon as I clicked on the update button, you can see system update has started, right? And this system update will take around 15 to 20 minutes to get finished. And once the system update get finished, you will see that a new table with the name Hybris Tube Index Testers will get created, plus one index will get created, right? One index will get created into the table system underscore index info, right? So let's wait for this system update to get finished, right? Then we will do the verification how the indexes and how my table will look like. So guys, now you can see system update has been finished successfully. Right now what I will do, I will just see whether this table has been created in system or not. So I'm just copying this item type code and then I will go to the HAC. So you can see I am logging again with my credentials. Username is admin, password is nimda, and then I will go to the console, flexible search, right? And I will fire the query select star from, right? Now it should get created. So you can see now it has been created, right? So this table has been created. We will insert the data as well in some time, but this table has been created and this is the table name Hybris Tube Index Testers. In the similar way guys, now what I will do, I will just search for this table, right? And previously we know that the count in this count of records in this table was 3224. Now let's see how much is the count, right? So I'm just clicking on the execute button and you can see guys now the count is 3228 entries, right? Maybe some other indexes have been created apart from the one we have created, but of course the indexes count have been increased now, right? So what I will do, I will just copy this name and then I will search whether this index on this table is created or not. So you can see now the index have been created. So two indexes have been created and we know why. One is the default pk and second is the version id, right? So this is the two indexes we have created. One is the version id, right? This one. And second one is the this one index, right? So which is this version underscore id. Why this has been created? Because guys, if you clearly see over here, we had given the same name, version underscore idx, and same index, version underscore idx, that has been created. Underscore, this is the type code. So if you see over here, the type code is 12122, and this is the same type code which is, which is the name of this index. So I hope guys this is clear to you. And guys, if you had not declared any index, if you had not done something like this, right, then you would find that once this table was created, you would find that only this entry would get created, only this entry would get created. What is this entry? This index, right? This index is the entry of pk, right? And I already told you, by default, once a table is created, the pk attribute gets indexed automatically, right? So that thing I had already told you. But since in this case we had declared one custom index, right, this custom index, that is why this index version underscore idx, this has been created. And you can see for this table hybris tube index tester, we have only two entries. So these are the two entries which have been created. So guys, I hope this is clear to you, right? So what it means, right? So here you can see this is the p underscore code value, and this is the pk, this is the attribute name basically, right? If I go on the top, you can see this, these all are the values. So what is this index qualifier, whether it is a public or not, this is the table name, right? So everything is there. So if I just search my one, so you can see this will have a more clear picture. So you can see this is the table category is public, right? And table schema is again public, table name is this one, right? And this is the index name, right? And here you can see this is the column name on which the indexes are created, right? So everything is mentioned over here. So I hope now you can see that how the indexes are created and what is the benefit of indexing. Benefit is, in case this table, will have a lots of data, maybe millions of data in this table would have, then if you make a simple search, select code from Hybris tube index tester, where code is something like that, where in the where condition you are using this attribute code. So if you would not have declared this indexing, then your searching would be slow. To make your searching faster, so what you can do, the column which is very frequently used for the searching, you basically index that column. That is the strategy. So which column you need to index? The column which you use very frequently for the indexing, that column you basically use for the indexing. But what are the disadvantages, guys? A disadvantage is, in case there is very frequent insertions. So every time if if this attribute is indexed, and in case we know that this table, in this table data will be inserted very frequently, right? Every time, what it will do, what system will do, system will correspondingly update the schema values into this table as well, for this index. So in case the insertion of data in this table is very high, right, then the indexing is not preferred. Indexing is preferred where you know that there are very less chances of data change in that table, but the searching on that table is very high, and that table contains lots of data, millions of records. In that scenario, you basically choose one attribute on which searching is high, and you basically index that attribute. So this is the concept, and where you should not use the indexing concept, I have already told you. But it again depends on system to system and condition to condition. Even in the order as well, abstract order as well, we saw that indexing is done. So again, it depends on the scenario wise, whether we should use the indexing or not. but this is very a brief idea that where we should use the indexing or where we should not use the indexing. So now we have discussed a very simple example of indexing. Here we have just indexed this code attribute, right? We created this version ID index. Now we will discuss the different combinations of indexing. Here you can see, guys, we just created this index, version ID index, for a simple attribute code. But here, guys, you can see we have used the unique is equal to true. It means this index value will be unique. It means a code value will be unique. If you try to insert the duplicate value into this code attribute, it will not allow you to save, because I told you, in case you are indexing a particular attribute, during the insertion as well, we update the corresponding indexing schema as well, right? So I can show you as well. If I go to the back office, you can see I'm going into the back office, I'm loading the back office, right? And I will copy this item type. So this is the item type, Hybris tube index tester, right? And we will basically search for this item type, and we will insert some records into the DB. What I will do, I will insert one record into the code column, and then I will try to insert a duplicate record. So you will see that a system will not allow. It will say that this will violate this index property value. Okay, now guys, I have logged in into the back office with my credentials. Username is admin and the password is Nimda. And now I am trying to log in into the back office. So you can see back office is getting loaded, and this basically takes some time in case you are bringing your server up and trying to open the back office first time. At that time, sometime the opening of the back office takes 2 to 3 minutes to open, but you can see my back office has been opened. Right now, what I will do, I will go into the type and I will search for my custom item type which I have created. Okay, so I am going into this type, and I am just clicking on this types, and you can see this advanced search has been opened. So here I will just search for my type, Hybris tube index tester. Okay, and you can see this is the type, and I am now going to insert the record. So you can see this is the record which I am going to insert. I will just give its value, version is say 1, why 1, because it's an integer value. State is say s1, right? Or I will give its value some genuine value, state 1. Code, I will give its value say 1. Okay, so code is also integer, that's why I'm giving its value as 1. And you can see I am clicking on the done. So once I click on the done, one record has been created with the code value as 1, right? Now I will going to insert another record, guys. I'm going to insert another record with the version value as say 2. Okay, state value as say state 2, and code value again the 1, right? And it should not get saved, right? Why it should not get saved? Because here during the declaration of this index, version index, I have declared that this code value or this index value should be unique. No other code value should have the same value, right? So we will see whether I'm able to insert or not, and you will see that it will break up, and it will show exception that it is violating the unique index property. Okay, so I'm clicking on the done. So as soon as I click on the done, you can see this is not allowing me to save, right? And if I see the exception in the backend, guys, in the backend you will see that we are getting one exception, right? We are getting the exception that this object could not be saved. Why it could not be saved? This could not be saved because of this exception, right? So here you can see this clearly tells that this integrity constraint violation, unique constraint or index violation, which index, version underscore idx index, right? So in case your system also gets such a similar type of exception, that is the reason, because you are trying to insert a duplicate value. That is why this type of exception basically comes up, and this type of exception you will see very frequently in your project. So I hope now it is clear to you why such type of exceptions come up, right? And this is not allowing me to save this record. But as soon as, guys, I change this record value to 2, right, it will allow me to save. It is allowing me to save. And now you can see I have now 2 records into this table. So I hope now you understand what exactly is happening in the backend, because if you try to insert the data into this table, Hybris tube index tester, it will basically change the structure or try to change the structure of the corresponding index table as well. Corresponding index table as well, this table as well, system underscore index info. That is why I told you, in case there is a very frequent inserting on a particular table, there we don't prefer the indexing, right? So I hope, guys, this is clear to you. This is a very important concept. Now I will create another item type. There I will use the different combinations. Different combinations can be like, here I have just declared one attribute, right? I have index one attribute in this in this index. So I can declare multiple indexes as well. I can declare multiple combination of indexes as well. So we will discuss those scenarios. So what I am going to do, I am going to create another item type, and there I will declare different scenarios. So how my dat item type would look like? So that item type will look like something like this, something like this. So you can see I have, created this item type. And guys, don't worry about this item type. I have already uploaded this item type as well in the notes of this video. You just have to click on the link which is given in the comment section of this video. So then you can also download this file. Okay, so for now I have just declared this item type, my custom index tester. Okay, and this is the deployment table, this is the type code, and here this is one attribute, code attribute, second is the version, third is custom name, fourth is custom surname. Okay, so this, and fifth is state. Okay, sixth is user description. Six attributes we have defined, and then we have used the multiple combination of indexes. So what are the combinations in this? You can see this is the index. Okay, here one index I have defined, guys. You can see this is the index, version underscore idx I have defined. Okay, and here you can see I have used the combination code and version, and unique is equal to true. So what it means, guys, it means the combination of the code and version should be unique. What it means, so in case if you create one record with the value 1 as code value and version value as say state 1, so what it says that no other record can have this combination, no other record can have the same combination. So that is the I mean benefit of using this combination. And this type of indexing, guys, this type of indexing is basically called as multiple attribute indexing. Here in a single index we are indexing multiple attributes. So I hope it is clear to you, right? And what is the use of unique is equal to true? And here I have declared another index. Here what I have done, I have just indexed the custom name, right? Custom name also we had used. So this is the custom name attribute which we had declared. And here I am saying unique is equal to false, so its value can be duplicate, so that doesn't matter. But this is the index I have created. Why I have created? Because I feel that that this custom name attribute will also be used very frequently while searching. Like I feel that from my application such type of query will be very frequent. Select star from, right, select star from my custom index tester, right, where first name, where custom name is something like this. I feel that such type of query will come very frequently from the from front end. That is why I have done what I have done. I have basically indexed this custom name attribute. I have indexed this custom name attribute. Similarly, I feel that this custom surname attribute, that is also, that will also be searchable very frequently from my application. That is why I have indexed this attribute as well. Then I also feel, guys, that there is a possibility, right? There is a possibility that the combination of name and surname also, searching of the combination of custom name and surname will also be very frequent in my application. That is why I have, indexed the combination as well, and I have declared it as unique is equal to true. It means the combination of name, custom name, and custom surname should be unique. That is the basically the benefit of using this. So what is the difference of declaration of this and this? Here system will create a different skeleton, different index will get created in our table. Okay, in our this table, system index info table. Okay, as we saw that multiple type of indexes get created, so a different index will get created for the custom name, different index will get created, or different structure will get created for the custom surname. So in case someone is searching for the just custom surname, so it will basically try to search, or it will create a different structure for the custom surname column, and the searching will be basically faster. Similarly, it will create a separate structure for the combination of custom name and custom surname. That is why the searching will be faster. Okay, so when you say lower is equal to true, so it means this elements will be indexed case insensitive. Okay, so whether you are searching with the uppercase or lowercase, the indexing will give the correct results only. Okay, so this is the benefit. So these are the different combinations which we have used. We have used the single attribute combination and the multiple attribute combination as well. So I hope this is clear to you. What I will do now, I will just bring my server down and I will bring my server up again. So I'm bringing my server down, and guys, this will be very important to see, very interesting to see how the indexing concept behaves actually, and you will face different problems related to indexing in your daily project activities. So these scenarios will be very important for you to understand. So I am building my project, and once the build will get finished, I will bring my server up again. Okay, so let's wait for this build to get finished, then we will basically bring our server up. And currently you can see the records are 3228. So once these attributes will be indexed, these attribute one index will get created because of this, one index will get created because of this, two, and third will get created because of this, fourth will get created because of this, and fifth will be related to the PK, right? So its count should get increased. So let's wait for the build to get finished, guys, then we will bring our server up. So guys, now you can see the build has been completed. Now I will bring my server up. So I'm firing the command hybrid server.bat, and this will bring my server up in 10 to 15 minutes. So let's wait for the server to come up, and then guys, we will perform the system update. And once you will perform the system update, you will find that we will have a corresponding table right into the DB with the name my custom index testers, right? And there we will search for these different indexes which are created, and we will then see what is the impact of using these different combinations. Then guys, we will also discuss what are the disadvantages. I have already told you very briefly about the disadvantages where we should not use the indexes, but then we will thoroughly discuss the disadvantages of indexing. So let's wait for the server to come up, and then we will perform the system update. So guys, now you can see server has started up. Now what I will do, I will perform the system update. For that guys, I will open the HSE. I'm using the credential, username is admin, password is nimda. Then I will go to the platform, and then I will go to the update. Why I'm performing the system update? I'm performing the system update so that the corresponding table, Hybris my custom index testers, this should get created into the DB. Okay, so you can see I'm just clicking on the update button. So as soon as I click on the update button, system update has been started, and this system update will take some time, like in 15 minutes system update will get finished. So let's wait for the system update to get finished, and then we will discuss the different combinations related to the indexes which we have created. So guys, now you can see system update has been finished successfully. Now what I will do, I will go to the HSC. So this is my HSC and I will search for the new table which is created. So username is admin, password is Nimda, and I will go to the console, and then I will go to the flexible search. Then I will search for the new table, select star from my custom index tester. So this is the one. So I will search for this like this, and then I will click on the execute, and you can see this table has now been created, right? So, and in the similar way guys, if we search for the index table, this table, if we search for this, and you will see that now the new indexes which are corresponding to this table, these indexes would also have been created. Previously there were 3228 entries. Now let's see how many entries we will have. So I'm clicking on the execute, and as soon as I click on the execute, you can see now it is giving me these results, 3237. Okay, so let's see how many indexes are created for this table. So I will just copy this, my custom index tester. Okay, my custom index tester, and then we will see how many indexes are created corresponding to this table. So you can see corresponding to this we have these indexes. One is related to custom full name, right? So this is the index which is created, custom full name. And then we have y2 indexes, custom full name. If you see this index, custom full name, right? So here you can see in the custom full name we have custom name and custom surname. That is why you see the two entries over here, right? That is why you see the two entries for the custom full name. Similarly, one for the custom first name, that makes sense. Similarly, one for the pk, one for the version idx, right? Why two for the version idx? Reason is version idx also has two attributes, that is why two entries are there. Okay, similarly you can see this is the customer name idx. So this makes sense, and that is why these indexes are created, right? For this table. So I hope it is clear to you. Now what happened guys, as soon as you insert the data right in the my custom index tester table, right, as soon as you insert the data into this table, these corresponding indexes which will have its own structure, right, which will have its own structure, like this will, like this custom full name, right, this custom full name will have the values corresponding to the custom name and custom surname, and that combination will be unique. So that skeleton, a separate skeleton will be created which will be holding the values of custom name and custom surname combination. So as soon as you insert the data right into this my custom index tester table, this schema will also get updated. Similarly, this schema will also get updated. Similarly, this structure will also get updated. So it means if you do any changes, right, if you do any changes into the or if you insert any data into the parent table, the corresponding structure of the indexes also gets changed. That is why it is not preferable to, it is not preferable to create the indexes on the table which will have very frequent data insertion. Similarly, if you delete the data from this parent table, the corresponding records will get updated in these indexes as well, right? So I hope this is clear to you. And I have explained these concepts in very deep way in the notes of this video as well. Now guys, what I will do, I will create some records into this table, so for that I will just copy this, and then I will go to the back office. So you can see I'm going into the back office, right, and I will create some records into this table. You can create the record either from the back office, or you can create the records directly from the HSC as well using the Impex. So for now I am just creating the records from the back office only, but you can create the records from the Impex as well. Okay, so now I'm clicking on the types as you can see, and then we will search for our own type. Okay, so you can see this is the advanced search, and I'm searching for this type, my custom index tester, and then I will click on this key icon. So you can see this icon I am clicking, and then here you can see I am creating the new records. So code is say 1, right? It is a integer value. State is say state 1. Okay, version is again the 1. Okay, I'm clicking on the done. Okay, so you can see one record has been created, and as soon as you create this record, the corresponding records in the indexes also get updated. Okay, and then if I create another record and if we see the indexes, guys. Okay, so let's say if we see the indexes here, you can see I'm saying this custom name and custom surname, that value should be unique as well. So custom name can be duplicate value, but custom surname it should be only a unique value only, right? Similarly, the combination of code and version should also be unique. Like if I insert again the code as 1, right, and state as say state 1, and version again as 1, which we had created previously, you can see it is not allowing me to create, and it is throwing the exception that it validates the unique constraint, right? It gives us one exception, so that is why it is not allowing me to insert this record, right? So I hope guys this is clear to you. Now what I will do, I will just create another record like 2 and state as say 1 only, version is 2. Then it basically allows me to create this record. Okay, now what I will do, I will just update the first name. Okay, custom name. So you can see this is the custom name, so I will write as the name 1. Okay, and here custom surname, so I will write its value as surname 1. Okay, surname 1 and name 1. I will save this record. If I go to the another record, guys, if I go to another record like this, and as you can see here what I have done, I am saying you can have the you can have the duplicate value for the name, but you cannot have the duplicate value for the surname. So if I try to insert the same duplicate value, right, if I try to insert the same duplicate value for the surname, like I write surname 1. Okay, and if I try to save, you can see it is not allowing me to save. Why it is not allowing me to save? Because again it throws the exception integrity constraint violation unique constraint, and which index? This index violation is happening. Custom surname, right, idx, custom surname idx, this constraint is violated. That is why, because if you insert the data, the records in this skeleton will also get updated, and it finds it a duplicate record. It already finds the surname, because surname 1. That is why it is not allowing that index to get updated. That is why data is not getting inserted at all in the base table as well, right? So I hope this is clear to you. If I use surname 2, okay, then you can see it is allowing me to save. Okay, now I hope guys this is clear to you. And similarly here also what I have declared, I have said that the combination of custom name and custom surname should also be unique. So I hope this is also clear to you what it means. So guys, I hope this important concept is now clear to you. And now I have very important concept like how many indexes is too many in the DB. So we have important concept how many indexes is too many, like how many indexes we can create in any DB table or in any DB. So guys, there is no fixed limit into that, but there are some rules, right? So we should not increase the indexing column unnecessarily as it takes extra memory and cost performance overhead as well, but there is no limit as such. If the table is read only and it is once loaded, then have as many indexes guys on that table as you can exploit to avoid the table scans, right? So load the table with only the clustering key and then add more keys afterward. It means if you are having one table where the insertions are not that frequent, then index as many columns as possible for that table, right? So that thing as you must take care of. But if in any table the data insertions are very frequent, then there you have to carefully use the indexing concept. You have to index only that attribute where you feel that that attribute value is index, or is that attribute value is searched very fast or very frequent. Only those attributes you should index, right? So I hope guys this is clear to you. Guys, there is one more problem related to the indexing. Sometime what happens, for example, if you are using a DB like Oracle DB, right? So there, what if you directly create the indexes on the Oracle DB, and if you don't create the corresponding indexes right in your item type declaration, so what happens as soon as you perform the system update, right? Your indexes which you created directly on the Oracle DB, right, those indexes will get removed. So this type of problem comes, and you need to take care that you declare the indexes in your item.xml file as well. If you try to create the indexes directly on your DB, those indexes will removed automatically as you soon as you perform the system update. So this thing also you need to take care of. I hope this video is informative for you. And guys, I have already uploaded the notes right on the Google Drive. You just have to click on the link and you can just download the notes. I have explained the indexing concept in a more deeper way in these notes. So these will be very helpful. So guys, if you like this video, do share this video with your friends. Thank you for watching. Bye.